And this concludes our class for today, our course. I want to thank you for attending. I want to thank you for participating. And I want to recap what we have covered today. I hope that this class has given you the idea and, of course, the expectations of how you can use Copilot to enhance, to help you collaborate, help you be more efficient in what you already do. We started with module number 1 by looking at Copilot, how Copilot works, what is Copilot, how it is developed, how does it access my data, how it protects my content, how does it use the power of the generative AI, the large language models, how does it do its magic. From there, we discussed how Copilot is embedded in PowerPoint, where I can create a new presentation from scratch if I want to, where I can leverage existing files, I can summarize the presentation, I can beautify my presentation, make it more efficient, I can bring new images, I can change the context of a particular slide, I can see my notes in there. It's a very efficient way to really be more expressive with PowerPoint. Then we went to module number 3, where we talked about not PowerPoint, but we talked about the power of Copilot in Microsoft Word. As soon as I open up Word, I have the option of summarizing the document, so I don't need to try to figure out what is this document. I can have a summary created for me immediately right up front. With that, I can go through the document, I can add context to a particular section, I can further summarize, I can change the tone, I can create tables, I can verify the content, I can bring additional content into context. I can open Copilot on the side to summarize the document, bring additional context, maybe a meeting I want to bring into. I can send the content of this document into a meeting, for example, generate a meeting, summarize a meeting, looking for individuals, looking for insights of this document, actions that I want to be able to do. And then in module number 4, we talked about Teams. Teams is already a collaboration tool, a tremendous collaboration tool. Now, we also have an opportunity to leverage Copilot with that. Not only I can access Copilot chat directly from Teams that allows me to have the same experience that I had from Copilot chat on the web, but now I have embedded in Teams. I don't need to leave Teams anymore. I can search for documents and meetings and emails in Teams and have all within the Teams environment. But the best part of that, I can initiate a meeting, and in there, I can sound smart when I ask the questions. I can say, Copilot, ask this question, make it longer, make it proper, make it more informal, or maybe make more formal. Make it the way that I want, the way that the team wants to expect me to communicate with them, be friendly. And then I can also ask questions. What was said in the last 2 minutes? What did Elias say in the last 30 minutes? Give me a summary of the entire meeting and tell me what action items are pending. Is there any questions that have not been answered? I can do that right in the meeting. If I am late for the meeting, summarize what I have lost what I missed in the last 20, 30 minutes, for example. Give me in a table format all the attendees to this meeting, exactly what they said. Did they bring in this particular subject? What is the tone of this meeting for each of them? And after the meeting, I can go back and have a conversation with Copilot in the same approach. How was this meeting? Did this particular project was discussed? Give me the gist of this conversation. What are the links from a particular documents or the gist of the summarization of a particular section of the meeting? I can really be more proactive. I can be more engaged with my customers and my teams using Copilot in Teams. And after that, we went to module number 5 to talk about Excel. And this is really transformative because now I can have insights of my data. Not only I can look at the data as is, I can ask Copilot to give me more than I cannot see. Are there additional insights? Are there outliers that I want to be able to see? Deep dive into it. Give me graphical views, insights that I could potentially miss if I didn't have a tool like that. What else can I add into it? How can I visualize this? How can I take insights and for the betterment of my customers so I can have a true conversation, insightful conversation with my data in Excel? And then from there, we went into Outlook. Now, we already do emails on a regular basis, but we can be a lot more efficient drafting those emails, accessing the content, validate the content, summarizing those emails, bringing in the proper tone of the conversation, the insights that I want to have, and then bringing in the context that I want, either from the web, from existing in my organization, from conversations, meetings, documents. I can really make this a more efficient way to communicate with my teams. And then we close our session by talking about module number 7 with Copilot Chat. Truly, the gateway to all of your insights. Allows you to connect to your corporate data and have a view of your documents, your meetings, your teams, your presentations, everything that you do within your organization more efficiently. I want to summarize, I want to access, I want to know, I want to be able to schedule. I'll be able to do that with Copilot Chat. And I can also do that from Teams as well, right? The same interface. I can go into Teams, not leave Teams, be more collaborative with my team. And when I ground on the web, allows me to go into research. I want to find this particular, maybe competitors, maybe opportunities. Maybe I want to be able to look at how to summarize or compare products or services or market or segments. I can do tremendous amount of research without leaving Teams and without leaving my environment. Very, very powerful. So this concludes our 7 modules, in this case, our class. And with that, what is the next step for us? Well, it doesn't stop here. We can continue our learning. We saw that I can do real-time learning with quizzes at the end of each of the modules, but there are more than just that. Well, now you may be able to search for credentials. Credentials are a great way to really prove that you know a specific segment, what exactly you are doing, right? So these credentials, we call this skills-based, Microsoft applied skills. Instead of having a 3, 4, 5-day class on a particular subject, now we have focused learning. I want to talk about Copilot only on this particular segment. We are building those credentials for that, for Copilot. But we already have machine learning and AI. We already have in Azure, multiple of those. But maybe you want to go to a full certification, maybe an AI engineer, maybe you want to go for administration on a particular area. You can do that as well. So don't stop here with your learning. Now that you are excited about Copilot, you see the opportunity to leverage on a regular basis to enhance what you already do. Let's pursue those credentials and those certifications. And with that, we also have many videos to support your learning. These are available in Microsoft Learn. These are the shows, and these are great because they cover many of these areas that we cover today. Right? These are focused videos to help you enhance your learning, but also focus on if you are going to do skills, if you're going to do certification, they are there to help you as well. And we continue to enhance them and update those videos. In fact, some of these videos from this class will be found in my Microsoft Learn shows as well. And this concludes our session today. I want to say thank you. I want to say continue learning, continue to leverage AI, continue to leverage Copilot, particularly Microsoft 365 Copilot, on a regular basis. And I hope to see you on another session.